In the crucible of the 2025 WNBA season, Sophie Cunningham isn't just a player, she's a storm, a livewire crackling with unrelenting energy that rewrites the pulse of every game she touches. She doesn't fill a roster spot, she hijacks the spotlight, forcing teammates, rivals, and fans to feel her presence. Love her or loathe her, you can't ignore her. Her name echoes through locker rooms and arenas, a lightning rod for praise and provocation. Teammates call her a spark. Rivals whisper about her edge, and coaches brace for the chaos she unleashes. When Sophie steps onto the court, the air shifts, tighter, heavier, electric. Every screen becomes a battle, every switch a statement, every possession a war. She thrives in the volatile margins where games teeter on the brink, turning moments of tension into her personal stage. This is Sophie Cunningham, the Indiana Fever's wildcard, the X Factor who doesn't just play the game, she bends it to her will. Her impact defies the box score. It's in the unseen grind, chasing cutters through screens, tagging rollers to kill mismatches, closing gaps with relentless hustle. She shades drivers just enough to force a pass, denies shooters until screens turn into wrestling matches, and takes hits at the nail to buy her team a breath. These are the plays that don't make SportsCenter, but stop runs before they start. It's exhausting, bruising, unglamorous work, yet Sophie embraces it, thriving where others flinch. Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever's scoring engine, summed it up. Sophie's that wild card, man. Her and Lexi together. Their energy, their effort defensively, just being present where they need to be. This isn't empty praise from a star guard. It's a testament to Sophie's role as the lever that tilts the game. Paired with Lexi Hull, she transforms tempo, covering space, barking switches, and turning routine actions into nightmares for opponents. Hull chases and shoots. Sophie slips, crashes, ghost screens, and locks down wings for entire possessions. Together, they're a defensive battery, sparking momentum when the Fever need it most. But Sophie's influence isn't just teammate hype. It's validated from the top. Coach Stephanie White called her a dog, a competitor whose versatility unlocks strategies. She plays with such toughness, White said. She raises the level of everybody as soon as she steps on the floor. Even on the sideline, her communication, everything. She's an X factor. That's not coach speak. It's a blueprint. Sophie's voice, pointing, calling coverages, rallying teammates, sharpens the Fever's edge. Her adaptability lets White shuffle lineups without losing identity. Play small to punish the glass, go big to wear opponents down. When Sophie's out there, the Fever can switch more, play bigger, and inject intensity that reverberates through the roster. Her energy is the heartbeat, her presence the rhythm that keeps Indiana connected, even in the chaos of a depleted season. The Fever's 2025 campaign, battered by injuries to Caitlin Clark, quad out since May 24th, Sydney Colson, ACL tear, and others, has leaned heavily on Sophie's fire. With a roster stretched thin, her role as the backbone, gritty, unyielding, has never been clearer. Assistant coach Nate Tibbetts put it plainly. As a second-round pick, you need toughness and grit. Sophie's embraced that role, competing at a high level. She earns every minute through sacrifice, sprinting through screens, owning film, sessions, delivering hits on dribble handoffs to free guards, or diving for loose balls when her legs are screaming. It's the hockey assist mindset, making the pass that sets up the score, the box out that denies a second chance, the early call that saves a rotation. These are the intangibles that define her, the currency of a role player who refuses to be invisible. Yet Sophie's edge is a double-edged sword sparking reactions across the league. She plays in the gray area, hard fouls, physical screens, relentless pressure that forces opponents to choose, match her fire or lose composure. Her style isn't clean, it's human, raw, and deliberate. Natisha Hiedemann laid it bare. You can't get punked. She grabbed her by the neck and you have to get up. Sophie's fouls aren't reckless. They're calculated, a dare to rivals to answer or fold. That intensity ignites benches, wakes crowds, and amplifies defenses, turning one defender into the illusion of two. Opponents feel her, recalibrating, to counter her chaos. But it's not just rivals who notice. When negativity flooded All-Star Weekend chats, Courtney Williams drew a line. Anybody say anything about Sophie in a negative way, put their ass in timeout. "We not playing that." This wasn't just loyalty, it was a veteran guard signaling that Sophie's got the room behind her, a family protecting its own. The most seismic endorsement came from Caitlin Clark, the Fever's generational star. In a season where Clark's endured relentless physicality, 17% of 2024's flagrant fouls targeted her, Sophie's role as protector has shown. Their on-court battles are fierce, a clash of Sophie's fire against Clark's ice-cold poise. When Sophie questioned a whistle, Clark didn't escalate. She diffused with a grin. If someone had Sophie's looks in my game, that'd be the most famous player this league's ever seen. The room laughed, but the words carried weight, a nod to a growing bond that transcends rivalry. Off the court, their connection is a quiet force, as powerful as their play. Clark's quip wasn't just banter, it was respect, earned through Sophie's willingness to absorb the hits, take the whistles, and shield her star. That bond crystallized in a locker room moment after a heated game. Sophie recounted Clark's single-word reaction. Finally. It was more than relief. Was a turning point. Clark, battered by defenders treating her like a crash test dummy, felt Sophie's intent. Not chaos, but cover. "Dude, I got you," Sophie said, and the words landed like armor. That finally gave the Fever permission to play harder, stand taller, and weather the storm of a brutal season. Sophie's edge became a shield, her hustle a signal that no one fights alone. Opponents sense it, recalibrating against a team emboldened by her fire. Coaches lean into it, deploying her to disrupt game plans. White's trust is clear. Sophie's not just a spark. She's the difference maker who sets the temperature and dares everyone to live in it. Sophie Cunningham is the WNBA's ultimate paradox, a role player who commands the stage. Her stats, modest. Points, rebounds, don't tell the story. It's the way she extracts reactions, from teammates' trust to rivals' frustration. Kelsey calls her a wildcard, Tibbetts praises her grit, White labels her an X factor, and Clark seals it with, finally. She's the thermostat, controlling the game's heat with ghost screens, off-angle slips, and drives that collapse defenses. Ignore her, and she sets the terms. Engage her, and you're outthinking your instincts. In May, she's a spark. By August, she's the lever-flipping playoff hopes. With the Fever clinging to 6th place, a half game ahead of 7th and 1.5 from 9th, her value is undeniable. Every hustle play, every collision, every rotation traces back to Sophie daring the league to match her intensity. She's not just a player, she's a force, unforgettable and unignorable. Comment, Sophie's fire, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to feel the heat.